What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about now if my video was cut off at random times, it's because I'm waiting for my fucking phone to clear out storage space. So if you guys notice my past videos, it's been very good videos, but this shit keeps cutting off because for some reason my fucking phone or this fucking iPhone, it has this thing where like for some reason at random fucking times throughout the year, like it happens probably like two times every 2 months, like storage. It needs like I need to sync my iCloud with my storage, and then it takes so fucking long. Where I charge my phone to 100%, and it takes so fucking long for some reason. Like I'll fix it, and then for some reason it'll go back to it. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. So if my video's cut off, just ignore it. So I don't know when this shit's gonna cut off. It's frustrating because I'm making good content videos, but I'm tapped in, but this shit keeps cutting off. So I don't give a fuck. If it's part of my destiny to be a YouTuber and to dish out information that people need, it's gonna happen regardless. So I really don't give a fuck. But anyways, I'm gonna talk about reasons why I don't blame people for committing crimes. I don't blame people for like committing suicide. I don't really blame people for becoming very evil in a way or when they harm other people. I'm not saying it's right, but I can see from their perspective is because we live in a world where like it's very evil and it's very corrupted to where we live in a society where it manipulates the human mind into them doing very evil shit. So reasons why we have a lot of narcissistic people, there's a lot of generational trauma, generational curses within family households is because of the society that God and the universe that they allow evil people like pedophiles to rule over this world. That's the fucking issue. So there's a human issue that we have corrupt people, corrupt bloodlines who rule over this world since human history. But then it's a spiritual issue because you have God and the universe, this realm, this reality, this 3D reality. They're at fault too because they're allowing this realm this world to even do some shit like this. So that's a fucking problem. So that's why a lot of people, there's a lot of criminals, there's a lot of wars, there's a lot of bloodshed, there's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of enslavement, there's a lot of anxiety, depression, generational trauma, and healing, and people are just sad, and a lot of people are suffering, and there's a lot of suicides. It's because of this fucking realm we're in, that the type of shit that, from a spiritual perspective, God and the universe that they're fucking allowing. Just because I'm saying God and the universe does not make me religious, I'm just using that term as like a higher power that the shit they're allowing shit to happen. People want to say it's free, that we have free will. That's bullshit. Because if you study astrology, if you learn about zodiac signs and again astrology, you're gonna realize that we do not have free will. Everything happens at an astrological order. We do have free will, but we don't have free will to a certain extent. But for the most part, we don't have free will like that. When it comes to the people we meet, our destiny, lessons we're supposed to learn, Earth is, if anything, Earth is kind of like a school as well too, because a lot of people, how come a lot of people are suffering? How come a lot of people go through hard times? A lot of people aren't happy in this world because they're trying to learn a bullshit ass lesson that's unnecessarily painful, and it's hard for them to overcome it. So then they get fucking angry, or they have a lot of mental health issues because of it. So a lot of people go through this shit in different ways because we all have unique, different life paths. But so because a lot of people are experiencing this, that clearly Earth is a fucking school. And just because I say it's a school, it doesn't mean that it benefits you. It's more so, it's a fucking realm to where you have to go through pain and unnecessary bullshit for you to get out of that situation. It doesn't mean you're better. It doesn't mean, I mean, it can get you more aware, but it's very complicated. But just know that a lot of people go through pain. It's not a coincidence. It's not going in vain. You're not alone. It's because of this reality. It's because of this fucking realm we're in, and this realm is orchestrating this world to provoke pain into people. You know what I'm saying? So how this society is built and how everything, like every single detail you could think of, is responsible for pain when it comes to the human mind, pretty much. When it comes to the foods we eat, the programming, how the society is structured, the workforce, school, time, and the structure of this reality and the money system, all this shit. So I feel like the reasons why a lot of people are narcissistic, a lot of people struggle in this world, and the fact that we even have homeless people like that, or there's an option for you to be homeless if you're not working, being a slave, Working should be optional. It shouldn't be forced. But we live in a society where it's forced. Yes, you get food stamps and all this other shit, but let's be real. Food stamps and other benefits from the government, that's not going to buy you a house. That's not going to buy you a car. That's not going to help you navigate and actually live in this fucking world to enjoy it, because it's our birthright as human beings to enjoy shit. But apparently in this human experience, in this fucking earth, how it's built and set up, especially in this timeline, it seems like we're not meant to enjoy this shit. We're meant to experience a lot of bullshit, a lot of stupid ass shit. And we're meant to be subjected to a lot of abuse and painful shit. And now we got to heal and overcome it. And then we go through the next level, the next bullshit ass cycle. So what the fuck is going on? So yeah, so that's, I'm really concerned about that. So it is what it is though. So, but yeah, a lot of people have a lot of mental health issues is because of the society. It's because this society, it is responsible for creating a lot of broken households, for creating a lot of generational curses, because it creates a lot of stress when it comes to families trying to maintain making money, maintain survival, and stuff like that. Why is it that there's a lot of broken families and generational trauma? There's a lot of generational trauma because of the society. That's why. If we live in a world where like there's no corruption, there wouldn't be as much generational curses, as much generational trauma that there needs to be, and narcissistic people as well. So a lot of people are committing crimes, and there's a lot of mental health issues. Clearly, that tells you that this society is a fucking problem, right? So, anyways, now I'm gonna get to how much anger and how much frustration I have with God and the Creator. I have a lot of anger and frustration with God and the Creator because I feel like they put me through a lot of bullshit growing up, and to this day, because they put me, I'm aware of my talents, I'm aware of my gifts, I'm aware of my empathy, I'm aware of what I can bring to the table when it comes to this world, I'm aware of my skills and talents, but what's my main biggest blockage in this life, my main biggest issue is the people that are in my life. Now, I know how to detach, I know how to walk away from situations, but it gets to the point where like, okay, am I attracting these people? Is this a coincidence? Or is God in the universe, or are they allowing this shit to happen? It could be the devil, but even if it is the devil allowing this shit to happen, technically, isn't that God in the universe fault as well? Because they're allowing the devil to attack me and shit like that. So growing up, I was born into a family that's very abusive and narcissistic, to the point where like there's a lot of physical violence, a lot of verbal violence. It was getting out of hand as I got older, to where I need to get out of that situation. So my only situation to get out of that, and keep in mind, with these abusive families, they didn't teach me how to drive a car. They didn't teach me how to get my state ID or my social security card. I had to fucking force them into giving me that shit at a young age. They didn't teach me any work. My father, my real father, he was very dismissive, avoidant. He's very like neglectful. Yeah, so it's a lot of bullshit. Dysfunctional ass family. So as I got older, I kept seeing a dysfunction, and they kept threatening me. They kept attacking me. I had to keep calling the police a lot of the times. So it was getting out of hand. So I had no choice but to get out of that situation. And my hometown, there was no opportunity to get out of that situation. The job market was trash. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a job. I had a job, but like they weren't paying enough for me to get out of that situation. And plus, I didn't want to live near them. So I kept getting kicked out the house. The police were involved all the time. I had to call the police a lot. So long story short, I joined the military, and the military helped me improve my life for the better. So fast forward, I've done 4 years in the military, and I'm about to get out. I am doing part-time military, so that's National Guard pretty much. So it's like I do that like 2 times a month pretty much. But it helps set me up for success. So now I'm away from that situation. So I'm away from my abusive family, right? So since I'm away from that situation, fast forward, I live in a completely different state. I have my own car. I'm making good income to where I can survive on my own. I can live comfortably. Not too much, but at least I have my own place, my own car, and stuff like that. And I don't have to like stress about bills too much because of the benefits that the military gave me, like free college, getting paid to go to college, other benefits that would help back me up by being in the military a lot. So, and there's other things I'm going to pursue, like truck driving, I want to do hair cutting. I want to do barbering. So I'm able to go to these schools for free, and while getting paid to do that shit. So that's amazing. And I'm using YouTube as my platform to release a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, a lot of trauma from all the bullshit that God put me through with these loser ass people, right? So yeah, so I'm in that situation now, and now currently, obviously I'm trying to heal my nervous system. I'm trying to heal other narcissistic abuse and shit like that, and it's tough. It's frustrating because it's lonely. Because, see, I'm not like most people. A lot of people on YouTube, spiritual channels. What they don't really tell you is that they don't tell you that. I mean, at least for me, I'm not saying I'm right, but I feel like a lot of bad things that kind of happened to me. I'm not sure it's for other people, but for me, it was not like, it's not something I could really explain. That makes sense pretty much. I feel like everything that happened to me, it was very spiritual based on the things that happened, how it happened, the type of shit I was feeling. It was very fucking awful, and it's very fucked up. And there's no support. Where growing up, I had no support from people who had my back, that were supposed to protect me, like my family, the connections I've been in that end up in betrayal and shit like that. It just left me high and dry, ghosted me. I've been betrayed. I've been fucking lied on my name. Had people stolen money from me. I had people just a lot of crazy shit. Like a woman who we were I was in a connection with multiple women, not all at once, but after, and everything was good. But then because they refused to do the healing work, because they refused to look at themselves and to realize what the fuck is going on with them, they took the easy way out, and they want to continue to live in the delusion and to be in pain and still attract a lot of bullshit into their life. So that resulted in them ghosting me, betraying me, and switching up on me, where I had to pick up all the pieces. And yeah, so it is what it is though. So I know what it's like to be betrayed, ghosted, screwed over, fucked over, lied to, abandoned and shit like that. So I've experienced all this shit. So that's why I'm able to make a lot of videos about it. I know that feeling, and it's not easy, and it's tough, and it does feel lonely, especially when God or the Creator, when they're not really putting people into your life that are supposed to back you up. I do believe that God and the universe, they can and they are responsible for placing certain people into your life. But what happens if God and the universe are placing a lot of narcissistic people into your life, but they're not backing you up, they're not protecting you? It says the opposite. They're very narcissistic, they're very evil, and they're very abusive towards you. So with me, I have a lot of anger towards God and the universe. I don't trust them like that. But I also have a lot of anger and hatred towards my past people who've betrayed me, who've ghosted me, and a lot of family members who were supposed to have my back, but instead they laid hands on me. They verbally assaulted me. And keep in mind, I was defending myself. I wasn't just letting them bully me like that. No, I was defending myself. I was also fighting back with my hands. I was also cussing them out. I'm blocking them. I haven't talked to them in like years. So I cut contact with all of them and shit like that. And if they do try to attempt to contact me, like they'll create fake social media accounts just to follow me. Like, how fucking pathetic is that? I had a father who did that. I had older siblings who did that shit, my mother. So it's weird how like they'll kick me out the house while they're not supporting me. I had a stepfather that flicked me off while he kicked me out of the house because I was trying to defend myself, because my family threw away all of my personal belongings that I paid for while I was gone in the military. And when I came back from the military to visit them, they kicked me out of the house and they flicked me off while locking the door. So fucking ridiculous. So I don't know where I'm getting at, but what I'm saying is that I don't know, man. But so yeah, so it is what it is though. But I try to use that because I thought awareness. I'm aware that I'm not the problem. I'm not the problem. I may have traits that, because as everyone, if we all go through narcissistic abuse, if we all go through hard times, yes, it is going to cause mental health issues. It is going to cause us to have traits that are narcissistic. but I'm not a bad person. I'm aware that I have good traits. I'm aware that I'm not the problem. Um, but I am aware that these people are very low, and they're not they're losers. They're not healed properly, and unfortunately, they were placed into my life. So I was forced to deal with them until I'm able to get away from them. You know, so but what people don't realize is that, or at least I think that, I feel like God and the universe, they allow these situations to happen either to help you break generational curses, especially meant to break generational curses. So I've been researching and studying. Apparently, if you're meant to break generational curses and trauma, you're going to go through a lot of narcissistic abuse. For whatever reason, I don't know. Probably because God wants you to experience this shit, intake it, all the abuse and bullshit, transmute it, overcome it, then spread the word pretty much. So it is what it is though. I don't really agree with it, but it's fucked up. But yeah, but I don't really agree with what God and the universe they be doing most of the time. Is I don't respect them. It's really hard for me to talk to them in a way, but it is what it is though. But what really helps me overcoming this situation is, one, I use it to fuel me when it comes to working out, when it comes to improving my life, self-improvement, becoming a better person, not to be like them. Also, to realize that to not be like them, I have to do the healing work. So I don't want to be like my family members. I don't want to be like the past romantic connections with these narcissistic women who don't give me clarity, who don't self-reflect, who don't take accountability after everything I've done. I don't want to be like them when it comes to their mental. So I try to heal the best I can when it comes to my YouTube platform. Not just that, but obviously like therapy and healing the nervous system and shit like that. Try to learn about information. It's easier said than done. You can know about it, but if you don't take action, you're going to be stagnant, and you can still become narcissistic like them if you're not taking action. So I'm trying to take action as well. Also motivates me, it helps me get through in life, is gratitude. So I'm thankful that I'm not in prison. I'm thankful I'm not in jail. I'm thankful I have arms and legs. I'm thankful I can see. I'm thankful I'm not blind. I'm thankful that I can hear. I'm thankful that I have a healthy body. I'm thankful that I have the free will to move my fingers, to go out and exercise, to change my life for the better, that I have opportunity. I'm thankful I'm not in a third world country. I'm thankful I have a roof over my head, and I'm thankful that I had the strength to live life independently as an adult. You know what I'm saying? So, and there are people that do have my back. There are people that do care about me. I just don't reach out to them like that. But the fact that I have people that know me, I have people that are willing to have my back. I do have people that I'm thankful that I have, government protection in a way, like from the police, or if things go sour with my family, I could always file a restraining order. I could always call the police. So I'm thankful for all this shit pretty much. So gratitude really helps me out. I could always be put in a worse situation, and because I'm saying that, I'm not saying to bypass the situation. No, every situation can impact the person compared to other person, because we're all different, we're all unique, we're all wired differently. So I hate when people say that, oh, but your situation doesn't matter compared. No, I don't agree with that. But what I'm saying is that having gratitude is the most important part regardless. But yeah, so I'm to the point where like it's really hard for me to really put myself out there, because I've experienced so much women who are just very fucking just horrible, just very fucking selfish. Like women who don't take accountability, who are very self-centered, who don't self-reflect, and they'll say they're a certain way, but once I'm actually in a connection with them, they'll do the opposite. Women who are too afraid, who are too weak to do the healing work, they rather betray you, they'd rather ghost you, just so they don't have to face themselves, because they're too fucking weak to do that. So I'm also tired of like dealing with narcissistic ass people who, again, who don't take accountability, who don't self-reflect, who are very delusional, or very fucking retarded. I can't find the right words for it. I'm also don't like this society I don't like how the society is set up to where you always have to work the rest of your life in order for you to maintain a house, a car, and basic human needs for survival. I hate that shit so fucking much. So, and I'm also hate how, what God in the universe, what they put me through. So, in my situation, I have a lot of anger and hatred that I need to release. So, YouTube is my platform, therapy work, exercising, and focus on my craft to better myself. Like when it comes to career, work, self development, healing, YouTube, all that. So, I'm trying to use those outlets to help improve and better my life to get out of that situation. You know, I've always told myself I'm putting in so much work. I've done a lot of things for myself, but I feel like God or the universe, they're not really meeting me halfway. They're not really looking out after me, especially knowing that God and the universe, they put these people in these situations into my life purposely. That really makes that really had me fucked up in a way. So I feel jaded. I feel pissed off a lot. I understand it's for a higher purpose and a higher reasoning, hopefully, but I feel very discouraged. It's hard for me to really trust in a higher power like that based on all the bullshit they put me through. But I have a lot of gratitude within myself, the fact that I'm able to even overcome these situations moving forward. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got to say. Have a good one. Peace.